Everyone, please welcome Neil Manowitz.
Good morning, New York.
Good morning.
And greetings to all of our friends around the world who are watching our live stream, especially our friends in Europe. This has been a year that's been very exciting for photographers, videographers, and creators alike. And no matter whether you're an enthusiast, a professional, more products are coming to market to allow you to capture your life, tell your story, and share your vision. In the past several months, Sony alone has introduced our award-winning Alpha 9 camera, 5 new lenses, and also the Venice, our flagship cinema camera announced just last week. And today, we're here to introduce to you yet another world's first. But first, let me share with you some of the latest insights in today's camera market. A great place to start is looking at the full-frame interchangeable lens camera market. While the market's up 7% year over year, Sony is driving that growth with an increase of 48%. And we want to thank all of the people that have chosen Sony and put their trust in us. But it's not just about earning trust with our products. It's equally important how we build and keep trust throughout our support. So we must innovate on our services. And when I stood up here and announced the Alpha 9 back in April, I outlined a lot of changes that we were planning to make in investing in service. I'm very happy to report we've made a lot of advancements. Since the launch of the Alpha 9, we've invested millions of additional dollars in people and in operations. It has resulted in faster turnaround time, improved satisfaction, and reduced costs to our customers. And membership is up 40% since April. And today, I can also share with you that we've launched 24/7 domestic call center support for our Pro Support members. Also, we have a walk-in center in both Los Angeles and New York. And we've launched Sony Imaging Pro Support in Canada. Additionally, we've put a team in place throughout the United States and Canada to support the imaging community. And we're providing on-site support at major sporting, photojournalism, and trade events. You may have seen us at the PGA Championship or the US Open. We've been providing depot services that include sensor and lens cleanings, product loans, and on-site technical support. Yet, we recognize we're still a challenger in this market, and we continually innovate, pushing the boundaries to find new and different ways to serve our customers better. And this commitment begins with our products. And we're innovating faster than any other company in the industry. And you may ask, how are we able to do this? There's a lot of reasons that we can explain, but perhaps the simplest, most straightforward answer is the image sensor. Sony is the dominant worldwide leader in image sensors. These sensors leads to the ability for us to miniaturize cameras. It also leads the ability to capture what has never been captured before. And as the world's leading image sensor manufacturer, we have the unique vantage point to see the future of imaging. So innovation is at the core of Sony's DNA. It's always been there. And it isn't restricted to one solution. It often extends and evolves beyond the traditional shapes and form factors. A perfect example is the recently introduced 1-inch RX camera, the RX0. Let's watch this video to learn a little bit about the concept of RX0. Today, it is an amazing camera. And today, we invited the leader behind this new mighty model to talk about it, and also he'll follow up with an announcement of another world's first product. It's my pleasure to introduce my good friend, Tom Hamaguchi.
Thank you, Neil. Good morning, New York. Good afternoon, good evening to the audience through live streaming. I am Tom Hamaguchi, Senior General Manager of Digital Imaging Business Group, Sony Imaging Products and Sector, Sony Imaging and Solution Inc. in Tokyo, Japan. I am responsible for global digital still camera and camcorder business in Sony. Thank you very much for joining our event today. I'm very happy to come back here since last October when I introduced RX10 Mark V. Let me introduce RX0. First of all, today. We continuously introduce this RX series. Till now, this RX series is highly appreciated thanks to great picture quality in still, video, and even super slow motion generated by large image sensor even with compact body. So this high quality of photo, videos, and super slow motion compressed into an ultra compact body without compromise. This is RX0. Type stacked XMO-RS CMOS image sensor, high resolution, low distortion of ZEISS lens, and powerful Beyond X image processors are equipped. Can you believe that exactly same size of 1.0 type image sensor of RX100 is in this compact size? Can you believe 4 times larger size of image sensor than the one of conventional DSC, action cameras, and smartphones is in this compact size? Sony made it happen. RX0 features anti-distortion shutter as fast as 1/32,000 seconds, as well as 16 frame high speed continuous shooting, super slow motion 960 frames per second, and 4K HDMI clean output. As we named RX0, all of high quality of RX100 series is succeeded. Not only the quality, even user interface as well. RX0 is not only compact, also waterproof and robust. RX0 is very tiny but mighty. waterproof 10 meter, shockproof 2 meter, crash proof 200 kilogram force. So this robustness is realized by high quality, sleek, and rigid extra super duralumin, yet owing only 110 gram or 3.9 ounce. So you can bring this RX0 any condition, anywhere you like, particularly the place where you hesitated to carry this RX100 because of retractable lens and so on, such as underwater, or rain, or sandy, or dusty environment, or space limited. So RX0 enable capturing stunning photo, video, and super slow motion in land, sea, or air, anywhere you name the place. What I explained was only about RX0 stand-alone. RX0 can do furthermore great potential when multiple RX0 linked together. So let's take a look what multiple RX0 can do. The unique way of shooting is possible with RX0. As you have seen, you can embed that product into a ball or even floor, taking full advantage of ultra-compact and rigid body. RX0 is a new type of camera which expands entirely new shooting possibility for today's creator. I bet you right now, you cannot help but wonder what and where to take if you had RX0 in your hand. RX0's multiple shooting solution with wired and wireless connection opens the door to new imaging experience. And various accessories for diverse use expand the freedom of expression furthermore. So later, please touch and try RX0 and its peripherals at the demonstration booth next door to confirm what I touched upon. No other camera dares to go, no other cameras dares to shoot. Infinity RX0 offers entirely new imaging experience beyond your imagination. Thank you. So by the way, as Neil has explained, we have been expanding RX lineup with characteristic products as the leader of premium compact segment to revitalize digital still camera market. Let me touch upon RX10, which is 10 times heavier than RX0. RX10 Mark III launched last year is highly evaluated, especially on extensive focal range, 24 to 600 millimeter, which is somehow equivalent to 3 different large aperture interchangeable lenses. So instead of carrying, heavy interchangeable lens system with multiple lenses, for instance, like 5 kg or 11 pounds or heavier, you can just carry 1.1 kg, 2.5 pounds, all-in-one RX10 Mark III very comfortably. That's the value of RX10 Mark III. So of course, for both of photo and video, the RX quality is uncompromised. So let's take a look. Who is buying RX10 Mark III? 70% of RX10 Mark III purchaser owns interchangeable lens camera, and half of it, or let's say 1/3 of the whole, is the owner of full-frame interchangeable lens camera owners. And we often receive the feedback in many countries that professionals are using our RX10 Mark III as their sub-camera or even as main camera. So I would say RX10 Mark III is highly appreciated by both of photographers and videographers who have very high demand. Realizing 24 to 600 millimeter, shooting subject changed. Compared to RX10 Mark II, RX10 Mark III expands shooting opportunity for moving subject, such as wild birds, wild animals, and sports. Those shooting subject requires high-speed shooting performance to capture decisive moment. Sony tried to challenge to meet customers' requirement. The answer from us is further evolve on speed performance. Ladies and gentlemen, you must notice what's coming next. Mark IV. RX10 Mark IV employs latest 1.0 type stacked XMO RS CMOS image sensor as the first model of RX10 series. Key features are 0.03 second world fastest autofocus speed, widely covered 315 phase detection autofocus point, and 24 frames per second continuous high-speed shooting with full AF AE tracking, while keeping extensive focal range 24 to 600 millimeter. We also packed the other features for speed performance later on. Professor Mark Weir will touch upon. So today, I'm very pleased to introduce the smallest and the biggest of RX series, RX0 and RX10 Mark IV. Thank you very much for your listening. Thank you.
Thanks, Hamaguchi-san. That was a great introduction to RX10 Mark IV. So I'm Mark Weir, Senior Technology Manager for Sony Digital Imaging, and I get to tell you some more about RX10 Mark IV, some of the background technology, and how it can open new opportunities for photographers and videographers alike. It's so cool. The essence of RX series cameras has always been the unique combination of large image sensor and high-quality fixed lens to create cameras of remarkable compactness and performance. By specially matching the characteristics of these key devices, RX cameras can provide benefits quite difficult to achieve with interchangeable lens designs. This kind of performance and compactness is very difficult to put together with exchangeable lens cameras. A great example of this design philosophy is RX10 Mark III, a camera that couples the power of the 1-inch stacked CMOS sensor with a 24 to 600 millimeter wide aperture lens. High image quality, speed, and telephoto reach in a palm-sized camera, literally a palm-sized camera, is a potent combination that has attracted enthusiasts and professionals alike. It was even in very high demand at Sony's Pro Support booth at last week's US Open. We ran out. RX10 Mark IV further advances this concept with world's first technologies for a camera of this capability. These include world's fastest AF lock speed, just 3/100ths of a second, fast hybrid AF with 315 phase detection autofocus points for both still and video shooting, 24 frames per second continuous shooting with continuous AF tracking and exposure metering. And all of this combined with improvements in functionality and operability. But again, it's about what you can put in the palm of your hand. 600 millimeters f4 with 24 frame per second shooting speed. That wasn't 24 frames per second. Okay. Well, we'll show you later on in the hands-on. Target users are photographers and videographers facing the challenges of fast-moving sports, wildlife action, as well as travelers seeking an unmatched combination of mobility and speed. As Hamaguchi-san mentioned, a large percentage of RX10 users also own interchangeable lens cameras, including many full-frame shooters. For these creators, RX10 provides a balance of benefits that interchangeable lens cameras often do not. Consider this image, captured at 600 millimeters with razor sharp detail, and I can assure you the photographer didn't have a tripod on the boat that he was on when he took this shot. Or this one, also at 600 millimeter, wide aperture f4, wide open, birds moving across the frame at extraordinary speed. Look at that shot. And that was handheld. 600 millimeter f4 lenses, about this big, yeah, not with an RX10 Mark IV. Or this one, again at 600 millimeters, a race car at speed, but in perfect focus, tack sharp focus, and this shot, again, handheld. Or this surfer, captured with, again, the reach of 600 millimeters, with focus tracking undistracted by the surrounding waves and spray. Might there be other cameras and lenses that could capture these images? Perhaps. But would any of them fit in the palm of your hand? Would any of them weigh 2 pounds? That's the promise of RX10 Mark IV. These unique capabilities are made possible by the read speed of the stacked CMOS sensor and a new generation of Beyond's X processor with front-end LSI, an essential pair of key devices. This is really the heart of what makes the camera possible. The fast hybrid AF system, a world's first in a camera like an RX10. Hybrid AF provides 315 depth-aware phase detection AF points covering about 65% of the frame. Sony's high-density tracking leverages these AF points for tenacious object recognition and tracking across the frame. If it appears similar to the phase AF system found in some of our top alpha models, it's because it is. But what makes it unique is its incorporation into a fixed lens camera. What makes it relevant is how it enables photographers to get the shot that they otherwise might miss. This combination of lens and speed and focus accuracy in the palm of your hand is the promise of RX10 Mark IV. These devices also enable prolonged high-speed shooting, 24 frames per second with continuous AF and auto exposure tracking for up to 249 frames, along with a high-resolution OLED eye-level viewfinder, which makes it easy to follow the action. It's the combination of features that make the camera so special. Imagine, at 24 frames per second, at 20 megapixels, you could even capture 10-second bursts and drop them into a 24p timeline for a unique approach for video capture. You could even do that in RAW. The speed and accuracy with the image-stabilized 24 to 600 millimeter lens is what really sets RX10 Mark IV apart. With its optimum combination of sensor, lens, and processor, this is a camera that can capture images that few others can. And all you could operate with a single hand at just 2 pounds. And all of this performance benefits not just still photography, but videography as well. Equipped with high bitrate 4K capture at 24p or 30p, and full HD at up to 120p, RX10 Mark IV is one of the only cameras available which benefits from phase detection AF in video. How many cameras do you know that can shoot 4K video with phase AF? Well, you can count them on one hand. Essential for focus accuracy required in high-resolution 4K. There's also 1.7 times oversampling and direct pixel readout for exceptional detail and gradation, and even high frame rate capture at 240, 480, and 960 for up to 40 times super slow motion. And you can capture at those frame rates for up to 4 or 7 seconds, depending on the setting, for extended super slow motion. These are just the highlights of RX10 Mark IV, a combination of performance and mobility that allows creatives to capture images and video that would challenge most any other camera. RX10 Mark IV will reach the market in October 2017 and be priced at $1,700. There's much more than I've been able to present here, but you'll have an opportunity to touch and try this remarkable new camera after the presentation. But that's it for me. Let me welcome back Neil Manowitz for some closing remarks.
Pretty remarkable. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Hamaguchi-san. So, and everybody joining on the global webcast, want to thank you for tuning in and have a really wonderful day. This marks the end of our live stream. So